On this edition of Size Eyes on the Skies.
We had much above average temperatures once again today, but will that last much longer? I'll let you know in your full 7-day coming up in a bit.
Size Eyes on the Skies starts now.
It's Wednesday night on ISU TV. Broadcasting live from Ames, Iowa, this is Size Eyes on the Skies. ISU TV's longest running television show brings you the weather around the country, in Iowa, Ames, and beyond. The Iowa State Meteorology Department's team of forecasters keeps you ahead of the next weather system. Size Eyes on the Skies starts now.
Welcome back to Size Eyes on the Skies. I'm here with Zach Swanson. How are you doing today?
You know,
David?
pretty good. Yeah, I just ride a little bit of a high because I got out of an exam a couple hours ago. I finished a group project this morning, a paper a couple of days ago, and it is National Bring Your Teddy Bear to Work Day. So, you know, I'm just kind of riding a high right now. How about yourself, Eric?
I had a pretty good day. Slept through 10 minutes of my first class. Got there reasonably on time, but I forgot my teddy bear today. So, actually, I have it.
We
right
found
here.
it. Resident teddy bear on set.
Yeah. So why don't you tell us a little bit about national weather today?
You know, there's not much going on. It's, as you can see, it's a little bit warmer around here, but other places, it's pretty much what you'd expect this time of the year. A little bit of precipitation over on the East Coast, but nothing too exciting.
Okay. All right. So Zach, tell me a little bit about what's going on in Iowa.
Well, once again, I didn't realize it was Bring Your Teddy Bear to Work Day, or else
course.
I would have brought my teddy bear. But otherwise, yeah, no, the weather's been pretty fantastic out there. We've been quite above average, and it looks like it's going to continue on. But let's go ahead and take a look at your day planner. So for tomorrow, waking up at 8 a.m., it's going to be pretty chilly out there, so you may need to take a jacket with you to class, as it's going to be 50 degrees, but mostly sunny. At noon for your lunchtime, it's going to warm up beautifully with 72 degrees weather, and by your walk home tomorrow afternoon, it should be 76 degrees with a nice full sunshine day, and those winds should be fairly calm, so it will be, once again, a beautiful day out there.
Sounds great. Thank you, Zach. So that is the first segment. We will now go off to a quick commercial break. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Size Eyes on the Skies. Let's throw it over to Dave for our national forecast.
Thank you, Eric. As you can see around the nation, it's pretty much normal temperatures on the east and west coast, except for this little cleft of warm temperatures up through the central U.S. Taking a look at our east coast, we got 61 up in New York, 54 in Boston, and moving down to the southeast, we got 58 in Raleigh, 74 in Orlando, and hopping over to the west coast, we got 66 San Francisco, 16 Santa Monica, 66 Las Vegas. Moving a little northward to the Pacific Northwest, we got 57 in Seattle, 62 in Salem, as you'd pretty much expect for this time of the year. But then you get over to the Midwest for these warmer temperatures, like 79 down in Hayes, 72 right down south from here in Des Moines, 74 up in Minneapolis. But for the highs today, as I was saying, pretty cool over here and on the East Coast, but then they had this cleft of warm temperatures through the middle of the U.S. And taking a look at watches and warnings, not too much going on over here, except we got some wind advisories and a couple of winter weather advisories going on. But moving over to look at clouds and radar, I'll stand in this nice little dry area of the U.S., and on either side of me you can see we got some clouds and chance of precipitation. But taking a look at our futurecast, we got some low pressure system with precipitation over the East Coast. I'll try and stay out of the way so you guys can take a look at that. But and then we also have a chance for some precipitation over here near the West Coast. And moving onward, this is going to propagate eastward a little bit, and the East Coast system is probably going to just hang around for that entire day. And moving onward, we'll get a little bit of a high pressure system forming here to help clear up some of those clouds and dry up some of that precipitation. And moving on through Friday evening, we got a nice long cold front through the middle of the U.S. and still some rain over here on the East Coast. Taking a look at highs tomorrow, it's pretty much as it was today. You got cooler temperatures on either coast with a nice big warm area, bringing warm air up from the Gulf of Mexico to heat up much of the central U.S. And our city of note for today is Virginia Beach, Virginia. No, you can't go there and enjoy some fun in the sun, but if you haven't showered in a few days, you're in luck because it looks like it'll be raining throughout most of the week. And with that, that's all I have. We'll send it back to you, Eric.
Thank you, Dave. Now it's time for everyone's favorite part of our news segment here is the national trivia question of the day, which is, of the four mentioned, which is the rarest weather phenomenon? Is it A, a haboob? I swear to God, it's a real thing. B, mammatus clouds. C, ball lightning. Or D, raining cats or dogs? Now to a quick commercial break. Answer will be here shortly. Welcome back to Size Eyes on the Skies, and here with your trivia answer. And the answer for which is the rarest weather phenomenon of the four is ball lightning. Yep, that's the answer. Now let's throw it over to Chief Meteorologist Zach Sharpe for your Iowa forecast.
Well, thank you very much, Eric. Tonight, current temps across the state right now, as we see, Des Moines sitting at 72, Perry at 71. Right here in Ankeny, we're sitting at 68, and Ames, we're sitting at a nice 71-degree temperature. Now, if we go ahead and bump it up to the north a little bit, most of the same, we're seeing 72 degrees, 69 degrees. So the lower 70s, upper 60s, most common across the state right now. And if we go ahead and take a look at the statewide temperatures, 72 out in Council Bluffs, 77 out in Sioux City, and once, like I said, 72 in Des Moines. So much of the same this afternoon. And those winds are really gusting out there right now. As we see, Sioux City's reporting in at 15 degrees, Council Bluffs at 16, and at Des Moines, 13 miles per hour. So the wind's gusting out of the south-southeast, so it's going to make for a breezy evening. But as you can see, not a whole lot on clouds of radar right now. Mostly dry as we're sitting under a nice ridge right now, and that high pressure is keeping those clouds and rain away this evening. And that's going to be much of the story across much of the Midwest. As you can see, there's not a whole lot across this upper Midwest map. So we're going to experience this dry conditions over the next few days. So taking a look at Futurecast, I'm just going to let it roll on through because there's not a whole lot as that ridge and high pressure just sort of holds everything back to our west. Our next chance of rain starts to look like it will come in Friday evening, but as our Futurecast stops here at 7 a.m. Friday morning, you can see that cold front starts to slide into western or eastern Nebraska, and that could be our next chance of rain late Friday night. So taking a look at tonight, 48 degrees, mostly clear, and it's going to be chilly with those south-southeast winds at 5 to 8 miles per hour. And for your high tomorrow, 77 beautiful degrees, but those winds will be breezy out of the south at 20 miles per hour. And if we go ahead and take a look at your extended forecast, we warm up even warmer on Friday with a high of 78. Now that cold front will come through Friday night, bringing a slight chance of rain. Rainfall totals do not look that impressive, but it will bring cooler temperatures on your weekend, as Saturday will be 66, 64 on Sunday, even cooler on Monday with a high of 49. And the temperatures just keep really dropping off into the beginning of the next school week with temperatures around 56 degrees on Tuesday and a cooler 53 degrees on Wednesday. But if you take a look at those overnight lows next week, late next week, it looks like they could be in the upper 30s, maybe even mid 30s. So we're talking maybe some patchy frost late next week.
So you're saying this might be our last opportunity outside and enjoy the sun for a while then?
Yeah, well, next Wednesday would look to be around 53, but it does look like the rebound just a little bit, maybe upper 60s, lower 70s once again. But we're in that transition period during the fall where we start to cool off quite a bit, and our sun sits at 6:42 p.m. So, we're talking less daylight and so less warmer temperatures. It is that time of year.
It is that time of year.
Finally, it seems like it's been summer forever.
Oh, I know, and fall. Well, this was the third consecutive day that we've been above. Our normal high should be at 67 degrees, and that looks like it will continue all the way through Friday, and then hopefully we'll start to dip below average again. So, it's about time.
It was definitely a beautiful week. It was a
Yeah.
nice break from last weekend with all the rain and tornadoes to our west. So it's definitely nice.
But it makes it sort of harder to study. You see,
Definitely.
it's just so like I have the windows open, and that's like the best you can get while you study with the windows open.
So LeBron, does it look like similar weather across the United States as well?
Well, as you saw from my forecast earlier, it seems like just central U.S. is the warm area. But, moving on to next week, it looks like it's going to cool down across the U.S.
Okay. Well, beachgoers are bummed everywhere, so what are you going to do? So that wraps it up for Size Eyes on the Skies. Thank you for tuning in, and please come back next week.